guys. So I just got home from work and I wanted to take a chance to really just discuss what I've been up to, what I've been doing. I realized I had this on. But I really wanted to discuss what I've been doing career-wise. I'm kind of in the process of making a career change or like a career adjustment, and I just really wanted to talk about that today. So as I mentioned before, I work in public health, specifically with immunization data. My background is in epidemiology and biostatistics, and I also have like a bachelor's degree in just like public health studies. Currently what I do as of now, I have been looking into potentially growing myself professionally and going into the tech realm. I've been looking specifically at UX research, UX design, more so on the research side because of my heavy, quantitative background. My approach was, okay, it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna do a boot camp and that'll be it, or I'll, to do a certification. But something that I continuously ran into is that a lot of the well-known boot camps, they want you to basically pay like one semester of tuition. Some of them range from $12,000 for the boot camp, where some are ranging all the way to, I've seen some that are like $20,000. The possibilities are limitless for the amount of how much you could potentially pay for a boot camp to try to get into UX or UI. So an issue that I was running into as someone wanting to, transition from a non-traditional field into UX, UI was finding a boot camp that wouldn't break the bank. So I already have, like most Americans who went to college, I do have student loans. I graduated a year-ish ago for my master's program. I just don't have the funds. Like, I am a regular person with who doesn't get paid six figures. I just can't afford to pay for these extravagant boot camps that cost more than like $10,000, So I was looking at all my options and I finally found Avocademy. So like kind of like avocado, but like Avocado Academy. Avocademy. I ran into them on TikTok as I was just, when I was looking up UX, UI videos, and I just found all their content. I was like, okay, this is cool. That seemed like really awesome. And that's the one I ended up going with. It costs around $2,000. I think the actual price right now is like $1,997. which is very reasonable compared to all these boot camps that are, $10,000 plus. Avocademy definitely is an affordable option, but don't think that just because, you're paying significantly less, you're not going to get as great of an experience. So I've been a part of Avocademy UX UI boot camp for a couple weeks now, and I wrote some notes down in my little UX journal, got this from Target, about some of my experiences. Overall, I feel like the program is very effective. So starting out, I really want to discuss some of the challenges that I personally face while in the program. These are more targeted towards myself. So basically the program is divided up into modules. There are 6 modules that you're expected to complete in 8 weeks. So in a normal person's life, that seems very doable, but as a regular person who works 40 hours a week and is actually going to the office, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me. So when I come home from work, I'm usually just mentally just so drained that I don't want to do anything. So that's something I've had to personally face working full time and finding the time to work on my projects and my activities that are part of the course. Another thing that I've kind of ran into is impostor syndrome. It's like, okay, I'm doing this and this, but like there's no way, I don't know what I'm doing, but just being able to have that confidence and knowing that even though I am new to the tech realm, I do have background skills that are able to be translated from different fields, so from public health into tech. So I have skills that make me capable and competent to be able to do this. Another thing I ran into especially whenever I was working on my first activity where you create a problem, something I ran into is basically just overthinking things. I have always been very analytical in nature whether it's facing numbers or it's just looking at a problem in general. So just trying to rethink the way I approach things and kind of look at it from a UX UI perspective is something I really had to, change my thinking on. But I think over time, I'll just continue to get better and better at that. I also wanted to touch on my experience as a student. I kind of jotted down a few ideas that I thought about for this video. Overall, the program is very supportive. You have weekly check-ins, one-on-one check-ins that you can do with a mentor, and that you have unlimited access to a mentor. I don't think I mentioned that, which is completely different than other bootcamp programs. We also have a Slack program or Slack channel, which I had never been exposed to, but basically it's like an app where each module is like a different channel and you're able to talk to the group, which is other people who are going through the same program as you. They may be at different stages, but you're able to ask questions. Mentors will respond back, and there's also mentors that you can message directly if you have more direct questions you would like for them to address. So there's always someone there to answer your questions. Also, it's very structured. So someone like me, a lot of people who, whenever they go into UX, UI, they start doing like research projects or start doing building their portfolio on their own. I started doing that as well, but I ran into the problem of I didn't really feel like I was learning anything. I've always been someone who's always been in school, and I thrive off of structure. So this Avocademy bootcamp definitely provided me that structure. Something that I do enjoy about Avocademy is I'm able to get hands-on experience. From beginning to end, you work on your own project, and it's a personalized project. It's not just something that they make you work on. You get to choose the topic that you want to do your case study on, and you'll eventually create your portfolio for. And I think that's a wonderful thing, because it allows you to be actively involved and interested in the topic that you're actually working on and putting all this time and effort into. Another thing that I really enjoy about this program is there is unlimited amount of resources available. I think every week there's about 2 webinar sessions that are hosted on Zoom from the mentors, and there's a bunch of mentors, like there's a lot of mentors. So every week there's about 2 webinars that you can attend, and they give you information about anything and almost everything related to UX that you could possibly think of. And if you don't have the opportunity to catch that webinar, they list them at the very bottom of the portal, which is so great. So if you're, you know, chilling, not really wanting to work on anything at the time, or you're ahead on your projects, on your project and your activities, you can like scroll down to start watching some of the old webinar videos, which I think is really awesome. Additionally, there's some really dog is crunching. Additionally, there's some really awesome resources, such as like articles and some videos that I definitely have bookmarked for later. You have lifetime access to your modules after you pay and you complete the program. I went through and bookmarked some of those pages and put them in like a little bookmark bar. I put it in a folder, so I have easy access to those no matter like where I am, which is super helpful if I'm just, oh yeah, like what did I remember from that? As I said before, there are 6 modules and they are divided out over 8 weeks. So basically they give you a tentative schedule that you can follow. You may fall a bit behind, you may be a little bit ahead, but as long as you complete it within 8 weeks, you're good. If you are pretty close, they can also work with you to create a completion plan, which I think is really awesome too. So the modules, I wrote them down, there's an intro to UX UI design, there's user research, ideation and info architecture, wireframing, UI design, prototype testing, and portfolio building, which is the last step. And there's some really key features that I would also like to highlight are, have unlimited access to mentors, build a portfolio with a case study that you get to decide the topic of, which was really a selling point for me. It wasn't like, oh, here's like a cookie cutter project you're gonna do and this is what you're gonna do and you just follow these steps. Like you actually get to create something that you're passionate about, or create a topic that you're passionate about, a problem that you want to address yourself, something you've encountered in your everyday life that you're like, hey, this could be so much better. And honestly, this is the most affordable program that I have been able to find. And also, I've said before, the price for it is $1,997, but you are able to do like a payment plan with a firm, which is super convenient. You can do it for 12 months or 2 years or 24 months. So that's definitely very convenient and makes it easy for anybody to be able to be part of this bootcamp. People who have graduated from the boot camp, a lot of these people don't have any previous UX UI experience. Actually, most of them don't. So they come from different realms, whether it's teaching, engineering, healthcare, anything you can think of. Like most of them don't even have any experience in technology or UX UI design. And they go on to work for companies like Dell, IBM, Morgan Stanley, some really great, well-known names in technology. The fact that these people don't have any previous experience just shows you how great this program is and how much you actually learn. So that's really what I've been up to and going through boot camp. I've been reading some books, trying to educate myself and better myself in my career. I hope this video is helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.